August 6th, 1945, at exactly 8:15 in the morning, an American B-29 bomber flew high above the Japanese city of Hiroshima. Moments later, it released a single bomb. 43 seconds later, a blinding flash lit up the sky. An entire city was changed in an instant. Humanity had entered the atomic age. But that story didn't begin over Japan. It began 6 years earlier with a warning that Nazi Germany could be building a weapon unlike anything the world had ever seen. A warning so frightening that one of history's greatest scientists decided to write a letter to the President of the United States. That single letter would launch one of the most secretive and ambitious scientific projects ever undertaken. A project that would forever change war, science, and the future of humanity. This is the story of the Manhattan Project. Though Albert Einstein was one of the world's most famous scientists, the idea of building an atomic bomb had never been his dream. In fact, Einstein was well known for his support of peace. But Leo Szilard believed the threat posed by Nazi Germany was too great to ignore. Together with fellow physicists, he visited Einstein during the summer of 1939. After discussing the dangers of nuclear fission, Einstein agreed that the United States government needed to act. On August 2nd, 1939, he signed a letter addressed to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The letter warned that recent scientific discoveries made it possible to build extraordinarily powerful bombs. Even more alarming, it suggested that Germany might already be pursuing the same goal. When Roosevelt eventually read the letter, he reportedly understood its importance immediately. His response was simple. The United States could not afford to fall behind. Within months, the government began funding research into nuclear weapons. What started as a small scientific investigation would soon grow into one of the largest secret projects in history. It would be given an ordinary name, one designed to reveal absolutely nothing about its true purpose. By 1942, what had begun as a scientific investigation had transformed into one of the largest secret projects in history. Its mission was simple to describe, but incredibly difficult to achieve: build the world's first atomic bomb. To accomplish this, the United States secretly constructed entire cities from the ground up. One rose in the mountains of New Mexico, another emerged in the forests of Tennessee, a third was built along the Columbia River in Washington state. These places didn't appear on ordinary maps. Access was tightly controlled, letters were censored, conversations were monitored, and thousands of workers had little or no idea what they were actually building. Each person knew only enough to perform their own task. The full picture remained hidden. Leading this extraordinary scientific effort was a brilliant theoretical physicist named J. Robert Oppenheimer. Despite having no experience managing a project of this scale, Oppenheimer possessed an extraordinary ability to unite some of the greatest scientific minds of the 20th century. Physicists, chemists, engineers, mathematicians, all working toward a single goal. Day and night they raced against time, because they believed Germany might be doing exactly the same thing. But there was one terrifying question that no amount of theory could answer. Would the bomb actually work? Before the weapon could ever be used, it first had to be tested. The chosen location was an isolated stretch of desert in New Mexico. The test was given a single name, Trinity. In the early hours of July 16, 1945, scientists gathered in bunkers nearly 10 kilometers away. Some wore protective goggles, others simply turned their backs and waited. No one had ever detonated a nuclear weapon before. No one knew exactly what would happen. At 5:29 in the morning, the countdown reached zero. For a brief moment, night became day. An enormous fireball rose into the sky, followed by a towering mushroom cloud unlike anything humanity had ever witnessed. The blast wave raced across the desert, rattling buildings and windows miles from the test site. Years later, Oppenheimer recalled a line from the ancient Bhagavad Gita, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." The atomic age had begun, and there was no turning back. Less than a month after the Trinity test, the world witnessed the true power of the new weapon. On August 6, 1945, an American B-29 bomber named Enola Gay dropped an atomic bomb over Hiroshima. 3 days later, a second bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. The destruction was unlike anything seen before. Entire neighborhoods disappeared. Countless lives were lost. The bombings remain among the most debated military decisions in history. Supporters argue they brought the Second World War to a rapid end and prevented an even bloodier invasion of Japan. Critics argue that the human cost was far too great. On August 15, 1945, Japan announced its surrender. World War II was over, but a new chapter in human history had only just begun. The Manhattan Project achieved its objective, but its consequences reached far beyond the end of the Second World War. The success of the project sparked a global nuclear arms race. Within a few years, other nations developed their own atomic weapons. The Cold War transformed the world into a place where a single decision could threaten millions of lives. Yet, the same discoveries that made nuclear weapons possible also transformed science. Nuclear energy began powering cities. Radioactive isotopes became essential tools in medicine. Technologies born from wartime research found peaceful applications around the world. Even today, the Manhattan Project continues to raise difficult questions. Should some scientific discoveries ever be pursued? Does creating a powerful weapon prevent war or make it more likely? There are no easy answers. Perhaps there never will be. One thing, however, is certain. The Manhattan Project didn't simply change the course of World War II. It changed the course of human history.